Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and I'm so excited for today's video. Earlier today, about 30 minutes ago, I received a package in the mail from Blush Tribe, and included in that package was the Neon Dreams palette. This is what it looks like on the outside, and it comes with a sleeve like this that matches. On the back is the ingredients, and it's really pretty. I love that. And then the inside looks like this. And it does have a mirror, but it does not obviously stand up. It's cardboard packaging. I have been wanting this palette for so long. I was going to get the loose pigments, and I still might, but that's why it's called Revamped, because Selma explained that because she took the pigments and made them into a pressed form, that's why it's called the Revamped Neon Dreams palette. So I'm excited to use that, and also this brush set. So try not to blind you, but it comes in this beautiful case, and these are the brushes. They are the Quasar brushes, and they literally look like the handle looks like crystals, and it's like clear, but it has like a rainbow like coating. So beautiful. And they all say Blush Tribe on the silver portion. I don't know if you're gonna, yeah, you can see that sort of. So we're going to use those as well, and I'm so excited. So yeah, let's get started. I'm also going to be using these brushes that I got on Amazon. My friend Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner, I'm sure you guys are already all subscribed, but if you're not, I will link her channel up here. But she uses these brushes sometimes to do like graphic liner and stuff like that. They were from Amazon. The whole set for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brushes was $12.99. So if I can remember, I will try to link them below. But I've seen her use these, and I really wanted like a really thin, precise like liner brush. These are technically paint brushes. But I also got the Suva Beauty Space Panda Hydra-Liner. So this is water activated. So we're going to use that as well today. So I'm really excited. And I was looking on Instagram and I saw a few looks. I'm not really going off any specific one, but I saw a few looks that were like kind of rainbowy with like graphic liner, and so I wanted to do one myself. So I'm going to go in first with my MAC paint stick. They did send me their pigment / glitter primer as well, but I'm not going to use that today, only because I'm going to use it. It looks very much like the packaging and everything looks very much like the NYX one. And so I will use that when I do my review and look with the Jungle Bundle, because all of those are pretty much shimmery. And I think that it'll work better with like loose pigments and like more shimmery shades. I will try it at some point with the mattes, but because these are neon pressed pigments, I really want to go in with a very white base to help them be as pigmented as possible. So that is what we're doing today. Okay, so I'm going to start with the yellowish shade. It's like a yellowy, yeah, it's pretty much yellow. It's called Rowena right here. On camera it looks a little bit greenish, and it kind of can be considered greenish, but I'm going to go in with one of these brushes. I think I'm going to take this one. It's like a small blending brush, and we're just going to see how these go. I love neon eyeshadows, but not a lot of brands do them. I had something on my eye. And like the neon eyeshadows that come to mind for me that I've used in the past have been, Sugar Pill has these things called, oh wow, that's pigmented, has these things called the Electrocute pigments, and those are neon, but they're very glittery. And then Melt Cosmetics has a neon stack, and those are matte, and those are very nice, but there's only 4 shades. There's only a pink, a yellow, a green, and a orange. So I'm excited that Blush Tribe did the entire rainbow, because rainbow looks are my favorite. And I'm going to be doing quite a few of them coming up soon. So that is really pigmented. It reminds me of the shade Punch from ColourPop, like the liner, but in eyeshadow form. So that's gorgeous. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Andrea, and I'm going to mix it with Anam. Those are the two oranges. One is lighter and one is darker. And I kind of want something in between. I don't want it to be too dark because I don't want it to be close to the pink, and I don't want it to be too light because I want it to be very orange. And I'm just packing these on. I'm not doing a whole lot of dragging or blending because they are powdery, but they are neons and they're pressed pigments. So that's the best way to apply them. Blush Tribe is seriously becoming like my favorite brand. I mean, they're definitely neck and neck with Juvia's Place, but I just think, I don't know. I mean, they both have pros and cons. Not cons. They both have their pros that are kind of different from one another, but I don't know. I just love both of them. But Blush Tribe lately has really, really had my heart. Oh, I kind of like that, how the orange kind of went above the yellow and kind of is hugging it like that. It's so pretty. And then we're going to go into the pinks. There are 3 pinks. They look similar when they're on camera like that, but if you swatch them, you can definitely see a difference. This one is more like a watermelon. This one is more like a true neon. And this one is like a light pastel-y pink. So when you swatch them, you can definitely see a difference. But I'm going to go into Maya, which is the brightest neon of the pinks, in my opinion. And I'm going to put that on the outer portion. And it's going to be messy at first because we're going to do liner in the middle, and then we're going to do the lower portion. Actually, I might do the lower portion and then just do the liner through the middle. That's not something that I've done often, so bear with me. I might do one off camera and then one on camera. But as you guys know, on this channel, we have learned a lot together. So I'm going to go in with Anam by itself, which is the darker green, darker orange. I'm just going to pack just some of that. And like I said, there is fallout. Not as much as I normally get though, because you guys know I go in hard. But I expected that from neon pigments. But yeah, there's not, I have like a tiny bit of fallout, but not much. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the purple. Kind of sticking with the same blending brush because I really like it. It's a good size. Dog hair. So I'm gonna put the purple and kind of meet it with the pink. I don't want to go too close to the orange when I'm blending it because I don't want it to muddy up. That's really pretty. It's a very pretty purple. I love rainbow looks. I'm telling you, if a brand puts shadows together, now this is unlike anything I have, but I've bought palettes before that had like the same shades that I pretty much already owned in other palettes because they just put those colors together into like a rainbow story. And I'm a sucker for that. You could tell me you already own all of those shades, but when you throw them in together into a palette, I have to have them. Okay, and then we're gonna go into the blue, which is Sama. I'm not positive, but I think this is the palette that like customers suggested the names, like they were named after the customers. I think that was what happened when they were the loose pigments. That's a really pretty blue. I didn't expect the blue to be as dark as it is. I expected it to be a little bit more sky blue, but it's very pretty and it's very pigmented. And I'm trying to keep it on the lashes. I mean, on the lashes, on the lid, because if I go too far into the orange, then it will create, same thing, like a muddy effect. And then I'm going to go into Rufia, which is, so excited, the green dog hair again. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner. Oh, oh, oh. I love it. And I'm not surprised. I don't think I've gotten anything from Blush Tribe so far that I haven't been in love with. I'm going to go back in with that yellow because I'm kind of stamping over it with the green just because I really want the green to be seen. And I didn't mean to rhyme. No, I think the yellow is still there, but we'll just take a little bit more and put it back. Okay, I like the way that's looking. I'm going to remove the fallout off camera, do the white liner on one of my eyes, and then I'll come back and hopefully show you what I did. Hopefully this doesn't mess things up. I'll be right back. Okay, that was literally the easiest thing I've ever done. So basically you just wet your brush a little bit and then you go into the liner. It dries again very quickly. It's like a cake consistency, kind of like a, I don't know, like it's just dry. And then you wet your brush a little bit and you kind of swirl it in there. You only want to go in with water. You don't want to use setting spray or anything like that because it can make it kind of sticky. Just re-wetting the brush a little bit because, like I said, it dries down very quickly. And then you just kind of swirl your brush around in there and it coats the brush with the liner. And it went on first try really, really well. So cross your fingers, we get the other eye matching because that is always an issue. Can't talk while I do this. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure it's wet enough. I have a sink behind me. And you can even put a couple drops like in the thing directly, but you want to make sure it's wet enough because if it's too dry, it might skip a little bit. And I took a little bit off the brush on the back of my hand. I really wanted this because with the NYX liner, like the liquid liners, like it always either cracked or it wasn't even or it didn't go on smoothly or it skipped and it just drove me nuts. So, and I've heard amazing things about the Suva Beauty Hydra-Liners. So I knew I wanted to try it, and I knew that I wanted a very precise brush to work with. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm going to just blend above a little bit. I'm going to do my brows, my foundation, and then I will be right back to do the rest of my face with you guys. Okay, so I put Shape Tape Concealer and I mixed my Maybelline Superstay with my Wet n Wild foundation. And now I'm going to take my Jeffree Star powder, the translucent one, and I'm going to put a bunch under my eyes because I want to do my lower lash line really quick. And I don't want, hopefully don't want a whole lot of fallout. But we're going to get some, so might as well prepare for it. And let me see. Oh gosh, I almost dropped the palette. I wish this side was more even. I wish it looked like that. That is my fault though, because the way I turned the brush, I didn't turn the brush. So I think when I was doing this side, I should have kind of turned the brush a little bit. I don't know, but it's a work in progress. We're learning. We're learning. So I think for the lower lash line, I'm going to do Lala, which is a shade that I did not use on the top. Hello, it would help if the mirror was turned around the right way. And then I'm also going to put some of the purple. And I just put the palette in the sink. Not smart. There we go. And I'm using the angled liner brush to do this. Oh gosh, just got a dog hair on my eye. Hello. There we go. Dog hair everywhere. And then I'm going to take Nadia, which is the purple shade. And I'm going to put that kind of right over top of it almost. So thank you, Annette, because that brush, the paintbrush, made it so much easier to like work with that liner. It's amazing how awesome it was. So I'm going to take the fluffiest powder brush, this one here. I'm just going to sweep away, hopefully, all of the fallout. But see how white that powder makes me? Although I'm going to give you one more update, one more Jeffree Star powder update. So the other day, I think it was in my Certify video, I used my Beauty Bakery powder instead of my Jeffree Star powder. And about 2 hours later, I was starting to have some shine come through. And I was like, whoa, that's never happened with the Jeffree Star powder. And I was trying to figure out, like, this is the fair one. I was like, was it the primer I used? Was it, like what in the world did that? Because the Jeffree Star powder has always lasted literally for like 24 hours. And I still haven't done my brows, FYI. I just realized that. And then I realized that I didn't use the Jeffree Star powder. I used the Beauty Bakery powder, which I love, don't get me wrong. But I didn't realize how incredible of a lasting power the Jeffree Star powder has. Now, if you've noticed, I haven't really used the concealer much more. I've used it here and there, but it's just not my favorite formula. Like, it's nice, it's fine, it's not anything terrible, but I just don't think that it's spectacular in terms of, other concealers that I have that I like way more. We just dropped a brush. I hope I didn't need it. Sorry, I just put my finger in your face too. Okay, so I'm going to do my mascara, which I've been mixing the Marc Jacobs one, the sample that I got, and the Bad Gal Bang. This is so weird that I still haven't done my brows this far into the look. I kind of look like Jeffree Star with no brows. So yeah, so the Jeffree Star powder definitely makes a huge difference in how long my makeup lasts when it's like warmer outside and I'm doing stuff as opposed to just sitting around. So I don't know. I didn't want to love it as much as I do, only because of the fact that it's $22 and it doesn't have as much product as some of my other setting powders, but I definitely think out of the two products, the powder is worth it. And we're gonna let this mascara dry before we put on any setting powder, because I've learned my lesson. And I did my lower lash line and I did not use a liner. What am I doing with my life? Okay, we're gonna go in with just a black liner because I think that's gonna be the easiest. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just got a big chunk of liner in my eye. Hello, come off. Got it. This is Obsidian from Makeup Geek. It's just a very black liner. I was gonna do like a more colorful one. I kind of wish I would have, but all right. So let me actually do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okie doke. Now we're gonna do our bronzer. I'm gonna use the Sunset Striptease from Wet n Wild. This one right here. I really like this one. And this brush here. That's a lot. Oh my gosh. So the other day I was in an elevator and there was a group of like 3 guys and a lady, and the one guy was older and he was like, well, I'll be darned, your hair matches his shirt. And I was like, sure does. It was the funniest thing. And he started laughing so hard. He thought he had made like the best comment on earth. And the guy kind of looked at me and he was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's funny. It's cute. But it was true. My hair did match his shirt. I think they worked together and like one of the guys was older and one was younger. Okay, that's a bit much. All right. Let me just kind of soften that a little bit so I don't look crazy. And then I kind of want to use one of the shades in the palette as a blush. I know that's crazy, but I think Lala, the shade that I have on my lower lash line, might be okay as a blush. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. It can get real intense real quick though, so light hand. Words that have never come out of my mouth before, but this side is not blending out as well. All right, we'll soften it with the sponge. I think that looks good. Okay, and then last but not least, highlighter. Does this have a highlighter brush? We can use this eyeshadow. Just like, that might be a highlighter brush anyway, just because it's so flimsy or floppy. I don't know. So the Kylie Cosmetics setting spray. At first I was like, oh, I love this stuff so much. And I still like it, but I have to warn you that if you buy it, I'm not saying you will, but if you did, you have to be careful about how much you put on, because I didn't realize this, but it's actually sticky. It's like an actual like makeup setting spray. Like it holds your hair on, it holds your, oh boy, it holds your makeup on like hairspray in a way. So you have to be really careful because it gets real sticky real fast. Like my hair was sticky, my face was sticky, like everything was sticky, and I just was not a fan of that level of stickiness. So I'm gonna use the Morphe spray as well. But yeah, so it definitely holds your makeup on if you use the right amount, but if you don't, overboard real quick. So I'm gonna use my Scorpio lip pencil from Jeffree Star. Even though it's not gonna match my lip color, because I'm gonna go in with a bright magenta from Juvia's Place in Madame. This is the metallic one. I've said this before, but they come in a duo of metallic and matte. And since I suck at putting on liquid lipstick, the lip liner helps. I always feel like I have these lines and on my teeth. Okay, so this is the final finished makeup look with the Neon Dreams palette. Let me know down below what you guys think. Like I said, I really love this palette. I think it's amazing. I think it was like $23. They also have discount codes, like, and yeah, like NeQuest has a discount code, Pellina Beauty has a discount code. And they're always having a sale. I think right now they're actually having a 30% off sale, but yeah, I absolutely love it, as I do with anything from Blush Tribe. I can't wait to use more products from them in the future. I love the Hydra-Liner from Suva Beauty. I definitely want to get it in more colors now that I know that it works. And I definitely think there's a learning curve with applying it and applying it with the brush. I probably should have used the thinner one because I used this one and I had another one in mind. Don't know what oh, that's the one I dropped. So the one that I was going to use was a little bit thinner than this. So I think I wish I would have used that one, just because I think it would have made it easier to do even on both sides exactly. But from far away, you can't tell, right? And it's a learning process. So anyhow, I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.